Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Manshed. Right, a very short little video today, another one in the sort of MGZS EV series. There is a strange quirk it's got of triple papping the horn if you get out of it and leave your keys inside. Now, my last car, my Ford Focus, had a similar, it's to help stop you leaving your keys inside and locking it. The Focus didn't use that, it didn't use any noise whatsoever. If you'd left your keys inside and you got out, you just couldn't lock it. It had a touch sensitive lock on the door. The MG isn't touch sensitive, it's an actual push button, but you can lock it by pushing the push button with the keys in your pocket. Saves getting them out and looking for the lock symbol and pressing that. And all that is needed is a method of you not locking your keys in the car. So there's no need to pat the horn 3 times in quick succession to tell you you've done it. Because if you press the button and it doesn't lock, you know you've left the keys in. Simple as that. Just disable the auto locking system for the door. Now, like I say, for some reason the ZS does that and paps the horn in quick succession, which if it's like midnight, you're arriving home, ain't going to go down too well with the neighbours. So what you've got to do is you've got to make sure either your passengers get out first and then you get out last, because once you get out with the keys in your pocket it doesn't do it, or you leave the ignition on. It's not ignition as such, it's the start stop function switch. Leave that in either the green fully ready to go position or the yellow accessories, for want of a better word, position, and then your passengers can get out before you and shut the door, and it doesn't pap. It's also triggered by the rear doors, which is even crazier. It should only be triggered really by the front driver's door, be that left-hand drive or right-hand drive per the country. But if you do remember to get your passengers out with the ignition left on, and then you turn the ignition off, back to fully off, and then get out, you're alright. I'll demonstrate that now, exactly what I mean. Any owners will know exactly what I mean, but if you haven't got one yet, you're waiting for one, this is what it does. So let's have a look at that now. Okay, so here goes. I'll try to show you what's what. Okay, so here we are in, we've just driven up the drive. You can see us moving. It'll turn the car off. So that's your normal scenario. We've pulled up the drive, we pulled into the shopping centre or whatever. We've turned off the ignition, we've taken our seatbelt off, and I've inadvertently left my keys there. Now, as you see, handbrake is on, we're about to leave the car. As I go out the car, there's no warning until I get outside. And then it does that little triple pap. Get back in, we'll turn it on. So again, we'll turn it off again, just as before. I've left my keys there again. This time the passenger gets out. So this is the same as me having the keys in my pocket and the passenger getting out. As you can see, that's the passenger door open. Nothing triggers with the door open, but as I shut the door, there you hear the triple pap. Because that alarm to say, the triple pap to say, hey, you've left your keys in the car, is also wired into the passenger door and the 2 rear doors, which is absolutely crazy. It should only be wired in to the driver's door. But If I turn the car on, so again, we've just pulled in to the shopping centre, any car park, your house, whatever, but we've still got the ignition. If you call it ignition, you'll still see the green light is on the start stop button, so we haven't turned it fully off yet. If that passenger gets out now, so there's the passenger door open. Like I said, it triggers when you shut the door, but if you listen, no horns. Now it also does it when it also doesn't do it when we're also in just the orange light on. So we're not in the full ready status to be driving the car off, but it's just that status. So even if you just turned it back to that status, again, as I open the passenger door, you can see it's open there, and then shut it, nothing, no papping of the horn. So that's it. The way to do it is either you get out first, turn the whole thing off, and you get out first before any of your passengers, or if you need to be still in the car messing about or whatever, leave it turned on at the ignition, leave the whole thing turned on. All your passengers can get out before you then, and then the last thing before you get out, if you turn it off, and this time I've picked the keys up. Here's the keys. I'm putting them in my right pocket now. So there's the keys in my right pocket. As I get out to the car now, no warning, just the door open warning on the dash. And as I shut the door, nothing, no papping. I can also shut the door now with, because the keys are in my pocket, with just the press of that button, and that'll lock it and the mirrors retract. And then to get in, again, the keys are in my pocket, I don't have to get them out and press unlock. I can press that button and get in. Now another scenario that might happen is, say I'd left the keys in the car with the ignition turned on. As you know, with it in the off position like that, if I get out the car, it's going to do that, and leave the keys inside, it's going to do that triple pap and not allow me to lock it. If I press that on, you'll see, hope you can see the yellow light on. That's its first sort of accessory position, if you will. Either that one or the green one, as long as any lights are on. So if I've inadvertently left it in that state, and I'll leave my keys, so there we are, I've left my keys in the middle there, and then I get out, so I'm outside now. I've just slammed the door. You see it hasn't papped because the ignition switch is on. So at this stage I haven't realised I've left the ignition on, and I haven't realised that my keys are inside. So I go to press the button, the usual method I use, and nothing. It's not locking. So it knows the keys are inside, so it won't allow me to lock it. So if that ever happens and you press the button and you wonder why isn't it locking, it's because you've left your keys inside with the ignition on. If it gives you the 3 paps, you'll know you've left your keys inside with the ignition off. So obviously, open the door, turn the ignition off, get your keys, close the door, and this time you will see, as I press that, because the keys are now in my pocket, it locks as normal. Okay, so there you go, a bit of a crazy system, but that's it. We're not stuck with it unless they ever bring out a software update to stop them that horn papping. But hopefully they'll explain how to stop it doing it, and hope it's been of some use. So stay tuned, there'll be loads more MGZS EV videos and tips on this channel. If you want to subscribe, press the subscribe button. If you want to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, feel free, and any comments, leave them below. Hope to catch you again soon. Bye for now.